Once we've mixed the concrete, checking to make sure that we have fairly uniform distribution of the cement and aggregate throughout the mixture, we can begin sampling. First test of interest for us is a slump test. On Friday you'll have a scoop, you'll have a 5/8 inch rod, measuring tape, along with the cone apparatus itself. Keep in mind you're going to layer volumetrically in 3 lifts. We'll rod 25 times per lift, being mindful on our first lift to get into the corner around the larger edges of the slump mold itself. So we sample our material, place into the mold, making sure that we secure the base so it's not moving out. 25 rods of the material, our first 10 to 15 at an angle to get into the corners, then moving to a perpendicular position relative to the concrete surface. 25 lifts, 25 rods per lift, making sure that you don't increase any compactive effort on the side of the slump cold mold itself. At this point, we'll want to make sure that our rods are extending just about an inch into the lower surface as we penetrate, keeping perpendicular to that top surface of the concrete. As we fill for our final lift, we'll make sure that we slightly overfill the mold. The purpose of this is that as we consolidate, the material will fill the rest of the measure, getting us back to appropriate time to test. Should you find your layer of concrete sinking below the top of the mold, stop rodding. Make sure to remember the number of rods you've been to that point. Overfill, begin rodding at that point, ending at 25. Once we've completed our 25 rods, we'll screed off the top surface by rolling our rod across the top, making sure that you roll away from your body as you're moving away from your body on top of the mold itself. When done with that, clear out all extra material so that that does not become a part of the measurement. We'll lift the mold straight up over a duration of 3 to 7 seconds. We can turn our mold over. You'll look into the material itself. What we're interested in measuring is the original top surface. So we can see the settling from our initial cone. We'll drop our rod into place. Take our measurement from the bottom of the rod to the nearest 1/4 inch. For this particular concrete, we have a slump of 8.5 inches. Keeping in mind always to the nearest 1/4 of an inch.